the onset of the COVID pandemic in March 2020, I think we've all become more conscious of the value of community policing. We saw in our own communities a greater presence of Gardaí. That was particularly reassuring for people living on their own or older people. I know in my own hometown in Cavan, recently community Gardaí were appointed, and that has been warmly welcomed by the local community, and I see they're out meeting the people, getting to know the people, and likewise the local community knowing better than ever the local members from Garda Síochána. So I think there should be a greater emphasis going forward in regard to bringing back the community policing concept and having Gardaí stationed locally. One other thing, one of the many downsides of the pandemic has been the increasing incidence of domestic abuse. Sadly, there has been a huge growth in incidences, which is very, very regrettable. Can I just say that along with the Departments of Justice and Children, they've carried out a review in regard to the availability of services for victims of abuse and also the availability of refuge places. Unfortunately, there is no refuge centre in either Cavan or Monaghan. If a person needs assistance, they have to go to a neighbouring county to get accommodation. That's not acceptable. And Taoiseach, at Government Cabinet Committee level, I would like if there could be increasing emphasis on ensuring that there is easy and appropriate access to a domestic refuge centre for victims of domestic abuse. We all know if a person is a victim of domestic abuse, mainly women, unfortunately, that they're very vulnerable. At times, if they have to travel to a neighbouring county, then there's no chance of their children being able to go to their local school or go to a local preschool either. So it's very important that we have a proper spread of domestic refuge centres right throughout the country, and that no areas are left without a service within reasonable access. Thank you, Ken Corley.
Could I just say in relation to Deputy Smith's point that I'm glad that someone is praising the Gardaí in the House. I think the community Garda system is an outstanding one, and we need to see more of it. Deputy Kelly, I haven't the time to go into the full detail of the implementation of the future policing. I think I dealt with it 2 weeks ago in the House here in questions, and the government is going full steam ahead with its implementation.